why is it not credible if the villain loses everything and then the villain gets everything?
I think realism, in the real, I know there's a difference between fiction and reality, but it's very unusual. Like all war, everybody loses, right? Everyone loses with war. It doesn't matter if you're on the winning side of a war, you still will lose thousands of people, thousands of your citizens. And I think that ultimately every book has some kind of battle or war or sacrifice that has to get made. And so ultimately, I think it brings a sense of realism and sacrifice, like the hero sacrificing and the villain making the hero sacrifice helps to complete that change arc. So it creates a more emotionally gratifying ending that the hero wasn't handed the prize, so to speak, on a play. They had to fight for that win. They have to do something, change something. And that is really what the reader is there for. They're there for that change, to see how on earth the hero is going to get around this seemingly unbeatable villain. And the harder it is, the more satisfying that ending is. The bigger the sacrifice, the greater the payoff, I think, for the reader.
So how far do you think writers should push their main character then in that climax? Like, should it make them uncomfortable to push them that hard?
I think so, because otherwise what are you doing? Like, I really liked, this might be just my opinion, because obviously, you take Disney, you're not going to have, you can't traumatize kids, can you? But, I really think that the hero should have to sacrifice something that means an awful lot to them if they want to win, because otherwise have they really changed, right? They should have to let go of a piece of themselves, or they should have to let go of something that means a lot to them. There's one exception to that, because we have like the hero's journey, and then we've also got the heroine's journey, and Gail Carriger's written a great book about this. And I think you can push too far if you have promised the reader something. So, for example, the Divergent series, sorry, spoilers, but the Divergent series is a really good example of an author who made an unwritten promise. So the Divergent series follows Tris Prior, but she is a heroine. She is not a hero. And so in heroine stories, it's all about bringing people together and the team winning, right? But at the end of, what was it called? Allegiant? Can't remember. Anyway, at the end of the last book, she dies. So she dies a hero's death in a heroine's story. And like, I personally felt so betrayed. And I think loads of readers felt very betrayed. And it's because she had given this unwritten promise that it would be a happy ever after. And I think that is the occasion, because, you can kill off a hero. You absolutely can make them make the ultimate sacrifice, but only if you've set it up that way. And so, yeah, that would be my caveat. Like, just be careful if you make sure you're like foreshadowing that these things are going to happen, is what I would say.